Hey everyone, and welcome back to We Are the Hansons. I am so glad you're here with me today. I'm Maya, and this episode is really special for me because we're talking about something that hits close to the heart, being a grandparent. Now, if you're new here, let me just say our family is big, busy, and beautifully chaotic. We've got a lot of love to go around, and becoming a grandparent has only added another layer of joy, laughter, and let's be honest, some tears too. Today, I want to talk about being a grandparent and what it really means, how it's different from parenting, and what our grandkids bring to our lives. I'll share some personal stories, a few lessons I've learned along the way, and why I think being a grandparent is one of life's greatest blessings. Let me start with this. There's something indescribable about the moment you find out you're going to be a grandparent. When I first heard those words, you're going to be a grandma, I felt this overwhelming mix of emotions: pride, shock, joy, and a little bit of, wait, am I old enough for this? And then pure, raw love. And then when that baby is born, when you hold your grandchild for the first time, it's like the whole world slows down. You look at that little face and see a piece of your child and a whole new person, all wrapped in this miracle. It's not like when you become a parent where there's this intense responsibility. As a grandparent, you feel more peace, more reflection, and so much love. People often say grandparents get to do all the fun stuff without the hard work. That's partly true, I'll admit. We're the ones sneaking a little extra cookie or letting bedtime slide just a few minutes when they stay the night. But I think the role of a grandparent is deeper than that. We're here to support not just our grandkids, but our own kids as they raise them. We get to show up with love, wisdom, patience, and perspective. We've lived enough life to know what matters. We're also the storytellers, the ones who say, when your mom was young, or let me tell you what your grandpa used to do. We pass down history, culture, recipes, and traditions. And most importantly, we offer unconditional love, a soft place to land. That is our job as grandparents. You'd think we're the ones teaching them, but let me tell you, our grandkids teach us just as much. They remind us to slow down, to laugh, to dance in the kitchen and sing off key. They remind us what joy looks like in its purest form. They also pull us into the present moment. When I'm with my grandkids, I'm not thinking about bills or errands. I'm listening to their stories about school or letting them paint my nails neon pink. I'm just there. The presence is a gift. It's something I think we sometimes miss during the busy parenting years. Grandkids bring that presence back. Let's talk about what it means to be a grandparent while still being a parent. Because let's be real, our babies are still our babies, even when they have babies of their own. One of the most important things I've learned is how to support without overstepping. Being there to help, but not to control. To offer advice, but only when asked. To cheer them on and remind them that they're doing a great job. My kids know this. I tell them all the time. We know how hard parenting is. We remember the exhaustion, the worries, and the messes. That's why I always try to show up with grace, with an open heart, and with the reminder that there's no right way to raise a child because life does not give you a book. There is no parenting book that tells you how to raise your child. Oh, sleepovers with the grandkids. You know, they used to wear me out. Okay, they still do. But they are some of my favorite memories. We make popcorn, we play games, and they always seem to end up in my bed at some point. We have dance parties in the living room, movie marathons, and sometimes even bake cookies at 9 p.m. because, well, why not? It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Those moments create memories they'll never forget, and neither will I. Watching our grandkids grow is beautiful, bittersweet, and what an experience. You celebrate every milestone, the first steps, the missing teeth, the first days of school, but there's this ache too, because we know how fast it all goes. We've lived it already. So when you see your grandchild tying their shoes or riding a bike, you're not just watching the moment. You're feeling everything behind it. The passage of time, the beauty of life, the circle continuing. When my grandkids come to visit, it's pure happiness. They bring so much joy. And just watching that first step was amazing. Watching them learn to say new words. Those are some of the memories that I capture, whether it's in video or just catching them dancing to Bluey or Cinderella or The Lion King. It's amazing. And that feeling is so joyful. I think a lot about what I want to leave behind, not in terms of money or things, values, memories, and love. I want my grandkids to grow up knowing they are deeply loved. I want them to remember that their grandma always had a hug, a smile, and a snack ready. That's what grandparents are about. And our kids know when they bring the grandkids to grandma and grandpa's that they're going to have sweets. They're going to have late bedtimes. It's not going to be the same. Because every moment we spend with our grandkids is just memories that we're making. And when my grandkids get into stuff and the other kids will say, Mom, she's getting into this. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. She's just making memories. My kids look at me and say, we would never be allowed to get away with that. How come? Grandkids are different. Grandkids come to visit and then they go home. They can have all their punishment at mom and dad's while grandma and grandpa are their saviors. I want them to remember that their grandma and grandpa always had a hug and the smile. I want them to remember the silly songs, the late night talks, the prayers whispered over them when they slept. We all hope to be remembered. And I hope I'm remembered as a grandma who showed up with love, with joy, with my whole heart. It is just an amazing feeling being a grandparent. And me and my husband enjoy being grandparents. You only get so much time. And what better way to celebrate the time you have here being with your grandkids? that is the best. Yes, I love being with my children. I love watching my kids be aunts and uncles to their siblings' kids. It's joy. It's something that makes you smile and think, boy, I raised a good bunch of children. My kids have always been really close with their nieces and nephews. And watching them with them is amazing. So just being able to be a grandparent is absolutely wonderful. And if you don't have grandkids of your own, wait. Wait and see, because you'll know what I'm talking about when you become a grandparent. It is absolutely amazing, and I would never change it for anything. And I hope, since we have a big family and a lot of kids, I hope to have so many grandchildren running around my house and spending the night with us all together and just getting them all together and enjoying them, because that is the best memories, the best. So to all the grandparents out there, whether you're brand new or many grandkids deep, you're doing something sacred. You're giving your time, your wisdom, and your heart. And to my grandkids, if you ever listen to this one day, you are a treasure in our lives, a reminder of everything good. You've made my world brighter. And to the parents in the thick of raising little ones, your day will come too. And let me tell you, it's worth the wait. I cannot say that enough. It is a big treasure. In fact, it's like hitting the jackpot of gold. That's how much grandkids mean to us. Our own kids mean a lot to us as well, but there's just something different about your grandkids. And I always tell my kids, you will understand when you have grandkids of your own. And you will look back and say, Mom and Dad said that to us when we were kids, and now we know how it feels. Thank you for spending time with me today. If this episode touched your heart, share it with a fellow grandparent or someone who needs a reminder of how beautiful family can be. Until next time, I'm Maya Hanson, and this is We Are the Hansons.